trying to gaslight people into thinking that I make money when I don't. It's hurt my channel significantly. Significantly. Every time it happens, my regular followers think that somebody has sent me money and they haven't. They're lying about sending me money. They're coming to troll the channel. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really depressed. I haven't been eating. I barely worked out today. It sucks, but it'll only get worse, so I need to prepare my mind and my body now for what's to come. Yeah, people will come to my channel and they'll be like, oh, how do I donate to you? And then it's a lie. It's a lie. They're doing it to troll you guys so that you guys think that I'm making all of this money. I have this happen 5 times a week. Every time for the past 6 months that somebody has dropped into the comment section, every time for the past 6 months that somebody has dropped into the comment section asking about how to donate to me, they were trolls leading my regular followers to think that I'm making money when I'm not. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, nobody told me about the dangers of all this. You know, nobody told me how YouTube facilitates this behavior, the bullying. Hold on. Hey, Brooke. Sergio, hello. I'm trying to pull up at Taco Bell to get something to eat. I found some quarters. Hell, I mean, shit. Look at this. I hope we even make it through Taco Bell, homie. I'm out of gas. Can't do nothing about it. Can't do nothing about it. All I can focus on is right this moment, and right this moment, I need to eat. I have not eaten. I'm starving. I've been hungry since about 11 a.m. So, I got a little bit of change. I'm going to get me some food. Yeah, the amount of people that come and troll is crazy. And my own followers fell for it. They fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Hook, line, and sinker. I guess I didn't know what I was expecting. I really thought that I was going to meet people as loyal as I was, but you'll never meet that. You get to a point, if you're anything like me, you get to a point you realize that nobody's loyal anymore. Everybody's bought and paid for. Or they're self-motivated towards something. They want something. Ill intention is all around. People are self-motivated, so that's going to create ill intention. My phone started glitching. I was on live with you guys, and then my phone started glitching. You know, one single burrito is $6. No, thank you.
All right, what can I get for you?
Can I just do a bean burrito, please?
A bean burrito?
Yes, and that'll be it.
For it?
That'll be it.
All right. Would you like any sauce with the order?
Mild will be fine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I guess whatever I got left over in quarters, I'll try to put in the gas tank, but I don't know how much. This is a V8 Chevrolet. It don't work like that. And just going to the bathroom every day, I spend $30 on gas. Just going to the bathroom. This is the stuff they don't talk about, but people are starting to talk because there's a girl that I follow from California, and she released her financial records like I have, and it showed that she spends over $3,000 a month just trying to live out of a car, and that's not even comfortably. That's on a budget. That includes her car, her insurance, her Wi-Fi, her cell phone, gas, and food. It was over $3,000 a month. Ventura Vannon, I think. Y'all know who I'm talking about. She went viral last year too. She has long blonde dreads. Aruba. I'm not a grifter, honey. Never has been. Never has been. I don't want anybody's money. I don't want anybody's money. I don't want anybody's money. I just went through a whole bunch of drama. I don't want anybody's money. I'd rather starve. 100%. This is what I mean when I say you don't need everybody's help. You don't. People will put you in a bad situation because they already know that you're in a bad situation. You are better off hungry on the fucking streets than allowing people to toy with you and your freedom and your life. This is not a game. And if you're laughing right now, then that tells me you're fucking privileged. You've never had to survive. Every day is a fight to survive. Only somebody who's never had to actually fight to survive would call me fucking crazy. And that's a fact, Jack. I'm not even worried about it. The Lord filled me with peace this morning because that's what I prayed for and that's what I woke up to. I'm not about to sit here and twist my morals and values just so I'll have food. It'll never happen. I gave that shit up 5 years ago when I got clean. Yes. All right. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. I don't need any change back. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Thank you. Have a good one. Oh, it feels heavy. I haven't had Taco Bell in forever. I usually don't eat fast food, but I need to eat something because I haven't eaten and I'm starving. All I had was some dried fruit and the tiniest ever bag of pretzels and 2 slices of bacon. Two slices of bacon. Probably need to cut the truck off before we run out of gas. I see beans and stuff. I don't care. Can you imagine putting 5 years of work into 9 months of a YouTube channel, hitting 21 million views in a year, monetizing in less than 6 months, which takes most creators 3 to 5 years to do, and YouTube doesn't even pay you enough money to pay for food and gas? What I did last year, a lot of creators spend a decade doing. I've gotten no respect on my own channel and I'm sick of it. I've poured my heart and soul into being honest about my story, and everything I say gets turned around on me. Good thing I was used to it before I started the platform, right? You know what else? The internet is making people more gullible too. It is. The internet is making people dumber by being more gullible. I don't know what to do about schoolwork now. This week's classwork drops on Monday. Like the reading stuff, as I explained, I can download and I have on my phone. But the actual classwork, it doesn't drop till 5 p.m. on Monday for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So that sucks. I don't know. Something I'll tell you, as I've said before, when you don't respect yourself, society is going to have so much respect for you. Society is going to love you when you don't respect yourself. But the moment you get your shit together, you get all your ducks in a row, and you start working on changing, you start working on changing your life, and you start respecting yourself, that's the moment that society will start to hate you. The more you respect yourself, the less society will respect you. The less you respect yourself, the more society will respect you. It's going to be a fighting battle to do the right things. But you can do it. Everybody's got it in them. Everybody's got it in them. That wasn't bad. I wonder how sick it'll make me. Judging by how fast I ate it, probably pretty fast. It wasn't bad. It was definitely good. I wish I had more sauce. I wish I had lettuce and tomato. Oh, I did have more sauce. Damn it, Bobby. Here. Trash. When I was out here putting needles in my arms and drinking every day and making all this money, so many people was up my ass. So many people wanted access to me. So many people just praised me for reveling in Satan's work. So many people. I had this one girl one time tell me, she was like, God, I wish I had your life. Da 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 da. Girl, I was living in absolute hell. I was doing $300 a day worth of black tar heroin and drinking a fifth of liquor at work. I guess we all want something different, I reckon. Sorry, excuse me. But it's I'm being for real. So many people respected me back then. But the moment I got my shit together and I stopped doing drugs, I stopped drinking, I stopped hanging out with people that partied, I stopped hanging out with people that started drama, I stopped hanging out with people that I could tell was two-faced. The moment I switched up was the moment people stopped respecting me. It's just how it is. If you don't respect yourself, then people almost like feel bad for you, and they're like, oh, well, she don't know what she does, just an alcoholic, you know? But if you carry yourself like you're somebody that you're responsible for, people are jealous of that because they're not doing that. It's almost like if you're disrespecting yourself like that. What is going? Oh my God! Yo! Look at the freaking... Look at the swarm. Do you see them? Do y'all see the swarm? Y'all. Do y'all not see that? Hold on, we gotta go over there. Y'all. Do y'all not see that? It's like swarms of like bugs. It's a whole pack of them. It's like thousands of freaking bugs. Yo, they were like at the front of the truck. Like I thought they were gonna come in the window. I wonder what that was. What was that? Oh my God, I looked over and that was probably 50,000 bugs in the sky. What was that? I've never seen anything like that in my life. I don't know if that was flies or if that was bees or some kind of cicadas or something. I got tacos in my teeth. Excuse me. What could that have been? Yes. In Mayadan, that's where we are. Swarms of bugs can include mayflies, circadias. Oh shit. Which one? It could be termites. And circadias are only April through May. So it's not them. I wonder if it's mayflies. Y'all, that was crazy. It pisses me off. In Mayadan on June 9th of 2025, the primary insect activity is likely to be related to circadias. But aren't they bigger? These were smaller. These were the size of honeybees. That was weird. Termites can also be found in North Carolina. They often swarm at certain times of the year. Somebody in Mecklenburg County released live crickets at a hold on, listen. Swarm of bugs released inside the chambers to protest Mecklenburg County's $2.5 billion budget vote. This was the other day. It was at the county commissioner's office. It was to disrupt a $2.5 billion budget vote. Protesters released a swarm of live crickets inside of... You know all them people were freaking out. You know they are. People scared of everything. The group responsible for the release was opposed to funding for the Central Piedmont Community College Law Enforcement Training Center. What the flip? What the flip? That's crazy. Who does that? Crazy leftist. And what is that budget for? $2.5 billion for what? For a new training quarters for cops, a new training academy. I still got stuff in my teeth. Of course I do. Oh, come on, buddy. No water. Where's it at? That's, I guess, the only thing that I'm really concerned about now is how I'm going to get food and water once I'm on the street, you know? That's my only concern. If you're going to live out of a car, it's going to run you about $2,000 to $3,000 a month if you're paying a car note and you've got full coverage. Everything's more expensive. Your water, your food. Your main expense is going to be your food because of the way that the car is set up. You're going to have to buy things that are more expensive. Unless you live on fast food, but I can't do that. My body physically will not let me live on fast food. That Taco Bell is the first and last fast food that I've had in weeks, and it will be the last thing I have that's fast food. I only did that because I had change. Are you looking out for me? Okay. Putting $1.50 in gas ain't gonna do nothing. The best thing to do is park and cut it off and hope that the cops don't show up bothering me. Because if they do, I don't have any way to go anywhere. I don't have any money to go anywhere. I don't know what they want from me. They're the ones that marked me as something I'm not. So if they really want to take it up this afternoon, I'm glad to discuss it. I can let you know why I'm stuck in this parking lot. Has everything to do with you charging me with crimes I didn't commit. Yeah. Anybody flooding the chat will be blocked. No redacted messages. Yeah, you definitely have to be have strong skin to be in content creation. Exactly. DoorDash and Uber Eats won't hire me. I've already tried. Anywhere that you can think of. Throw a company in the comments. Let's see where all broke as damn interviewed. Walmart, Target, Uber Eats, what was the other one? DoorDash. Drop it in the comments. I bet you money. I've applied to over 42,000 jobs. Yep. I bet I've already applied. From McDonald's to Waffle House to cleaning companies to construction companies to everything. Even shit I don't even qualify for. Just a shot in the dark. Let me put in the application and hope that one of them, you know, sends me a job offering or an interview. This is the way of the world now, and it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. I know how many applications I put in, and I'm warning y'all, if you have a job, you better keep it. Because a lot of people are headed where I'm at, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Not enough jobs, not enough homes. It's just the way of the world. It'll probably be half a decade to a decade before things get better, before we get some kind of financial relief. And Lord forbid this damn tax bill fall through. Well, at least by then I'll probably have a cabin somewhere built in a tree, living like Peter Pan somewhere. That's another thing. Because of the mass production of homes and subdivisions and the commercialism and capitalism in this country, you can't even hunt and gather anymore off of the land. The animals have been run off or killed or went extinct. And vegetation, fruits, vegetables, agriculture production is down, but also natural agricultural production is non-existent at this point. So you couldn't go live off the land if you wanted to, because society has built an ecosystem that is not built to produce fruits and vegetables to be in a hunter and gathering position. Do you see what I'm saying? Thank you, Philip. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Even if you wanted to go to the backwoods of damn Yellowstone and try to live off the land, it would be impossible. The ecosystem has been affected by commercialism. The animals are dying off. The coral reefs are dying. The oceans are polluted. Jackson potty. I will say that this fresh mountain air has been a change. Y'all know how much I complain about Jacksonville stinking. It's nasty. It smells like a porta-john. I'm not exaggerating. It smells like a homeless encampment. Those are the only two words that I know how to describe the smell in Jacksonville, Florida. Homeless encampment or a blue porta potty. That's the smell that just permeates in the air 24/7. Sometimes it's worse than others. Sometimes it's so bad I wake up gagging. Just wake up out of bed. The smell is so horrific out there. It's because of the pollution. It's because of the commercial. It's because of how many people they have packed in Jacksonville. And you know, the crazy thing is Jacksonville is 10 times the size of Manhattan. There is plenty of aerial space for everybody to have a square to spare of land. But instead of spreading out, they build everything straight up on top of each other, beside each other. You can literally reach out your kitchen window to ask your neighbor for a cup of sugar while he's taking a shit next door to you, and you could probably reach him on the toilet from your front window. It's crazy. They build everything just so compacted together, and that's where the pollution comes from. Absolutely, 100%. If they spread the fuck out, it wouldn't be that nasty. It would not be that nasty if they spread out. How come the whole entire middle state of Florida is empty? You get out towards Gainesville and it's nothing but wide open fields of beautiful land. It's nasty down there. This mountain air is so much fresher. I will say that. I can breathe here. It's beautiful. I ain't got no... Look, I can breathe and not get a bad taste in my mouth from the air. That's how bad it is in Jacksonville. You breathe the air in and then you can taste whatever the smell was in the air. That's how strong it is. Imagine breathing in some air and then tasting the smell in your mouth. I'm telling y'all, something's going on with the water down there. 100%. One of these days, when it's revealed that there's a water pollution problem in Jacksonville, Florida, just remember I reported it here first, but I was too poor to actually do any investigation. Okay? I've been saying it since I got out there. Something ain't right with the water. You go into the gyms, anywhere where there's a large quantity of water, like the swimming pool, the showers. You go into the gym and it just smells like a homeless encampment. Like people have been in there urinating everywhere. It smells like human feces, rotten human feces. I'm not making this up. If you're from the Jacksonville area, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They say it's the swamps, honey. I've been all over the East Coast. I've been to a bunch of damn swamps. Swamps in South Carolina, swamps in North Carolina, swamps in Georgia. If that's your lie, I'm going to let you tell it. Swamps stink. Yes, they do. But this is different. This is different. Way different. It's in the water. Whatever it is, it's in the water. You can literally catch the water running out of the sink in your hand. Hold it up to your face and smell it. You can smell whatever that smell is in the water. I've talked about this dozens of times. It's crazy. One day they're going to find out that something's wrong with that water down there. And I'm going to be mad. Watch it be some damn YouTube girl that done went out there and tested the water because she saw my content and she had the money to do it. I done created a little Miss Erin Brockovich. And I didn't have enough money to send the water off for testing my damn self. Because that's what I want to do. I want to go collect water samples and send it off to the lab and have the water tested. Probably pull from three or four different dams. Because they dam the water up and then they process it and then it comes through the city pipes. So you need to, and you can get, those dams are easy to access from the rivers. So it wouldn't be hard to get in there and test that water. That's what needs to be done. You'd probably have to go to like 3 or 4 different water management processing places and in the heat of the night and tiptoe in. There's a way that stream goes downstream, so it doesn't matter if you catch it at the top of the dam or the bottom of the dam. It's the same damn water. So you don't necessarily have to go onto the water processing management plant property. You just got to be at the bottom of that stream or the top of that stream. You know what I mean? Yeah, somebody needs to test the water in Jacksonville. That shit's nasty. This mountain air is fresh. Y'all seen the water in my little clips from the mountains the other day. It's so, I mean, you could literally drink that water out of the stream if you wanted to from these mountains up here. If you wanted to drink that shit out the stream, you could. Well, you need a filter, of course, but you can't do that in Jacksonville. I wouldn't feel safe in Jacksonville filtering that water to drink. Here you can absolutely. And hell, you might be able to drink it plumb out the stream. It's so crystal clear and clean. There's no pollution because there's no people. So the water is crystal clear here. Pick it up in a glass and probably it look like drinking water out the spigot. But that's liable to change because they're building 10,000 homes off of this major highway going right through this city. And they started production. So they're about to build 10,000 homes in a subdivision off of 220. You know, the crazy thing is the modern misconception is that we don't have enough homes. And I'm here to tell you that that's a bold-faced fucking lie. We have plenty of homes. We have corporations that own too many homes that are greedy. We have the elites that own multiple homes that are greedy. We don't have a shortage of homes. We have a problem with people owning too many homes and people not having access to them. The entire island of Sullivan's Island, what's the other one, y'all? Sullivan's Island, Amelia Island. These islands are full of homes that are empty 9 months out of the year. They're spare homes for the elites of Florida. They stay on Amelia Island or Sullivan's Island. That is two of the most prominent rich islands in the Jacksonville area. And if you go to Sullivan's or Amelia's Island during the winter months and the first 2 months of the year, it's empty. Nobody lives there. They're all spare homes. The whole island will be empty. The homes are empty. 2 whole islands just outside of Jacksonville, Florida, has hundreds, if not thousands of homes. They're just owned by elites that use them as summer houses. We don't have a shortage of homes. We have a problem with greed and corporation, okay? These corporations, they own these homes, these large corporations. Who all? Like BlackRock, is that one of them? I don't know. Who is the largest corporation to own the most private homes in America? Blackstone Group. Oh, you know who worked for them? You know who their banker was? Mark Carney. Mark Carney worked for Blackstone, if I'm not mistaken. Did Mark Carney work for Blackstone Group? No, he didn't. He worked for Goldman Sachs, and he was the governor of Bank of Canada, and he was the governor of the Bank of England. Well, I knew he'd been in banking. I thought that was him. But anyways, Blackstone. They own over $1 trillion in assets. Blackstone manages a variety of funds, including corporate, private equity, real estate, hedge funds, and debt funds. How many single-family homes does Blackstone own? Almost 500,000. Blackstone, here's an article talking about how they were growing their portfolio. When was this? Blackstone will have the 3rd largest U.S. single-family home portfolio once it completes its Tricon residential acquisition. This was back in 2022. Blackstone in 2019, Blackstone pulled back from its single-family housing market, selling off its shares of Invitation Homes, which Blackstone had used in the years following 2012 to gobble up homes for dirt cheap prices following the housing crisis. So when the 2008 housing crisis happened, all of these large corporations came in and started buying up homes for dirt cheap. And then fast forward 10 years, okay, from 2012 to 2022, we're in the middle of a housing crisis by 2022, 10 years later after they bought up all these cheap prices. And they knock us over the head with extreme rent prices. Sorry, I haven't been eating much today. I'm hypoglycemic. People be saying I was drunk because I was stuttering. And there's a medical reason. My sugar's low. Hopefully that burrito will bring it up. They gobbled up all of these homes in 2012 for a cheap-ass rate. And then fast forward 10 years to 2022. They then put these houses on the market to be bought or rented. And they beat us over the damn heads for rent prices. They jacked the prices up. The homes are not even worth what they say they're worth. A $150,000 home is going for damn $370,000 in the state of North Carolina now. It's crazy. And they beat us over the head and robbed us blind on rent when they bought these houses for a clear discount. This is what's wrong with America. This is crazy. They made a $6 billion purchase of homes through Partners of America back in 2021. So when we're all over here struggling on finding a home, the Blackstone Group is over here buying up more homes when they had more than enough that they were trying to sell us for an astronomical rate. And this is crazy. I knew that they were a horrible company. They have tons of homes in Atlanta, over 7,000 in Atlanta. Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Texas, almost 3,000. Charlotte, Concord, Gastonia, almost 4,000 homes. Tampa, Clearwater, Petersburg, almost 3,000. Chandler, Phoenix, Arizona, almost 3,000. And the list just goes on. Atlanta, altogether, they have in Atlanta over 11,000 homes. Dallas, they have over 6,000. Charlotte, they have over 5,000. Tampa, 4,000. Phoenix, 4,000. This is crazy. Yeah, we don't have a home shortage problem, honey. We have a greed problem. And like I said, those islands are empty 9 months out of the year. So it looks like they took ownership of 35 single-family homes from the Tricon residential acquisition, and then an additional 26,000 from the Home Partners of America. Jesus Christ. They're just obtaining property from everybody. It's hot. Blackstone, the third largest owner of single-family homes in the country, owns 89. What? They give you percentages, and it's like, no, I want an actual number. So they own less than 1 to 2 million homes. One report said 500,000. We probably don't have a clear picture. Some people are, hold on, what is this? They say 44% of home purchases in 2023 in the U.S. was by BlackRock. Is this true? Here's an article from Housing Wire. So they're saying they own like 7 or 0.7% of the market. The 44% claim was made in the headline for a Medium article last week and then spread like wildfire all over social media. So they're saying it's misinformation, but I don't know. They said that the vaccine didn't cause heart problems either. Remember that? Oh. I've been sitting over here being patient to see how many people I'd have to come back and vlog. Oh, thank you, Momo. I hope you're doing okay. You know, there's an option for me to block this stuff, and so I go and do it, and YouTube does nothing about it. That's why I don't usually waste my time, because even if I do, YouTube doesn't do anything about it. They just allow them to come back and do the same stuff tomorrow. So that Eric account is fake. It was created 2 days ago. This is what I'm saying. And then people see that and they think that, like, that, well, their theory on buying them would be to control all of us. They can make more money than they've ever made if they have all the houses. They get to set the market then. They get to set the prices then. It would be to control a population of people through debt bondage. That's what that is debt bondage. You're forcing people, and they've already started that, you know, forcing people to buy homes for what they're, half of what they're actually worth is crazy. And people fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. People were so desperate just to have a home because of the uncertainty and the instability that came with COVID, that they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not simply just tens of thousands of dollars, more on a home than they should have. And they're bonded into that. They're debt bonded into that. They signed a mortgage. you know? And they're stuck paying those high-ass house prices with those high APR finance rates, or what. I don't know if it's like that for a house. I know it is, but I don't know what it's called. A mortgage rate. There you go, a mortgage rate. They're paying these high mortgages rates, and they're in over their heads. They can't afford the mortgage. They're financing their lifestyle on credit cards, and some people are even paying their mortgage on their credit card, which is crazy, because you're going to get the APR finance rate from your credit card and then also from the mortgage, and whatever you're paying towards the mortgage, it's not all of it's going towards the principal. It's a vicious cycle of debt. They would buy up those homes to control people, to make money. The root of all evil, money. The root of all evil, that's why. But it's not just them. There's tons of corporations that are doing that. Most of these homes that are on the market right now, they're going to be rented to you by a large corporation, a large real estate firm. Some investment group that bought a bunch of houses and now they're renting them out. It's just how it is now. It sucks. There's not a lot of private owners like there used to be. People have already gotten burned from that. Hell, because of squatting issues during COVID, you'd rent somebody a house, and then the next thing you know, they got the whole family living there. They done changed the locks, and they done declared that the property was legally theirs, and now you got a squatter, and they ain't paid money in 3 months. Nobody wants to rent their extra property anymore. God, Lord forbid, you rent to somebody, they don't pay rent, and it's going to be a pain in the ass to get them out because they got squatters' rights. And I think they ended that, but I could be wrong. But you get what I'm saying. No private renter wants to rent their property out. The risk is too big. The liability, the insurance is too expensive. It's going towards the point that every time you go to rent something now, you're going to be dealing with an investment group of some sort, whether it's a real estate group or whatever, or a company like BlackRock. It sounds like they have multiple revenues of income. It sounds like they do lots of stuff. It's not just real estate. They're a $1 trillion company, it sounds like, or a $1 billion company, and it sounds like they have multiple streams of revenue coming in through that one group. And I'm sure a lot of these other investment groups or home groups that buy up these houses, I'm sure they're the same way. Yeah, it would be to control and set and to rob us. It would be to control us and steal our money. It's at the top of my page. It's at the top of my page, but like I said, I don't want anything, and I might have erased it. I think I erased it last week or week before last. Let me see. I think I erased it. I did. I erased it because it was right there, but I just erased it. It doesn't matter. Oh. Let's see what's going on with these riots before I go. You know, this what sucks about this the most is now that I have, for those that don't know, people recognize my truck off the internet. Usually young people, usually male. They'll come up and they'll harass me or stalk me or try to have interactions with me. I've filmed tons of these interactions. People do not like to take no for an answer. The only thing that I'm concerned about is that I have no means to get out of this situation. If I needed to run for my life and take off in the truck, I have no gas. So this puts me in a more dangerous situation because people watch my YouTube channel. They know what city I'm in. They recognize my truck, and then they start drama. This is exactly what happened at Planet Fitness, which put me in this situation. And that's the only thing I'm concerned about, is having to deal with bullies or people trying to come out and start stuff on my channel. Y'all know I have it happen all the time, because I'm trapped, here. So that's my only concern, is that I could potentially go to jail for more shit I didn't do because I have somebody roll up on me trying to start problems and I defend myself. And who do you think they're going to take to jail first? It doesn't matter that it's been 20 years. They don't care about that. I just had this happen to me 6 months ago. Somebody called and lied on me, and they came and arrested me out of my car in the middle of the night. I was in jail for 6 days for something I did not do. That's what I'm even here for. I've got to get a judge to sign off on paperwork next week. And so that's why I was even back in North Carolina. And I also needed to situate my truck stuff, clean it out in case the repo guy gets it. He doesn't get my school computer. He doesn't get my other computer. He doesn't get any of my personal belongings. So I cleaned the truck out. But now I'm concerned about how I'm going to get to court to get this thing dismissed. I'm getting a rubber stamp. They've already been dismissed. I'm just getting a rubber stamp. So it's not like I'm anticipating that they dismiss these. They've already been dismissed. I just have to show back up and get a rubber stamp. So I don't know how I'm going to get there. We called Allie today on live, and they told me that the tow truck guy will call me and let me know. I can let him know where to meet me so that he can take ownership of the vehicle. So I'm waiting on him to call me to let me know when he wants to get the vehicle. I don't know when that'll be. I don't get paid till the 21st, so I just have to not kill anybody that's out here externally trying to mess with me. People really feel some type of way about my strength and the fight that I have inside me, and it makes them come after me even more. It's crazy. I don't know too many smart people that would go and fuck with a 2-time felon, but I'm telling you, they come after me, honey. And I've tried to distance myself, and I've tried to protect myself, and I've tried to steer people in the right direction towards away from violence. But time and time again, as I'm out here minding my business, violence comes into my life. I had somebody stab my back truck tire out. The cop had to pull the knife tip out of my tire. I've had so many things happen. I had another guy pull up one night. He got out of his car and went to open my back door, and I called it on camera and called the law, and then he got in an argument with the cops. All of that's recorded. He was absolutely going to open up my back door and do God knows what to me. I've had so many interactions from having a YouTube channel and trying to steer people in the right direction. It's crazy. My life has been in danger for 2 years, and all I've been doing is training, because I know it's going to come to the point where I'm going to have to defend myself. I have all of these people trying to attack me on YouTube, and y'all wonder why I don't care about that? You want to know why? Because I have people out here fucking with me every day. I got real problems. Them people on the fucking internet ain't shit. I got real people out here fucking with me on a daily basis. They see my channel. They think I make all this money. They think I got this life of fucking luxury. They're jealous of the fact that I strive. They're jealous of the fact that I have strength. They're jealous of the fact that I speak the Lord's name. That's enough right there to make most of society hate you, because they're running from the truth. Nobody wants to talk about the Lord. Yeah, it's crazy. And I can't do nothing about it but what I'm doing, which is holding myself together, continuing to do what I've been doing for the past 2 years, which is staying focused, staying sober, staying headstrong. And that's what I'll continue to do. Yeah, YouTube absolutely exploited me and played me. It's crazy. I don't see how you send me a notification telling me that I did 236% better this month than ever before, and my paycheck doesn't match. It doesn't make sense, you know? It doesn't make sense. To reach almost 4 million views this month on YouTube, it was last month, it was May. To reach almost 4 million views and not even make $1,000 paycheck is crazy. Who am I working for? Am I working for them, or am I working for me? You know what I mean? It's crazy. I don't know. They've probably been doing this for years. They have, clearly. They're a triple-digit billion-dollar company. They've been doing this for years. And every time I look at channels, I can always see what channels are struggling and what channels are not struggling now. And it's so crazy, because the channels that are not struggling, they get more donations and contracts than the channels that are struggling that actually have good stuff to showcase. It's like, if you don't have money, you can't make money. And the family channels that are getting all these brands deals because they're exploiting their children, they do really well and they get really good donations. But maybe a channel that talks about psychology or drug recovery or actual problems in this country, they'll have just as many followers, but you can tell that their channel is still struggling because they're not making the paycheck that they need in order to produce new content that's better. Do you see what I'm saying? And you can see these things after you've been in content creation for a while. You can see what's going on. It's crazy. But that's the way it's always been. I just don't know why other creators don't talk about this. You know, there was this false illusion of what this was or how much money you're going to make or the brands deals that you'll be able to get. You can't even get brands deals right now. That's another thing. I've seen so many creators talking about how brands deals used to reach out to them pre-COVID, and now that COVID has happened, these brands such as Nike, Adidas, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, they're not making money like they used to make pre-COVID, and now their budget for content creators, because they have a budget. So the way that it works is let's say a company like Gucci, who makes probably billions, if not millions of dollars a year, they have a budget that they set aside every year for content creators to showcase their products. So they might keep like 100,000 extra little Gucci bags on the side, and then they'll take, I don't know, $1.5 million, and they'll set that to the side, and that's their budget for brands deals. Every company has a budget for brands deals. Well, since COVID, those budgets have shrunken because the income of those companies have shrunken. People don't have money to go buy brand new $150 Nikes. People ain't got money to go spend on a $1,300 Gucci bag. So these companies, they're making money, but not like they used to, and their brands deals funding has shrunk. I've seen so many content creators. I watched a whole hour special on this 2-3 weeks ago. These creators that were looking for brands said that when they first started in the YouTube world 10-15 years ago, one was a makeup artist and another one was a cook person, that she cooked meals. And so brands would send her crock pots, cooking utensils, everything from kitchen towels to dish soap. They wanted her to try all of their products made for cooking videos. And so they would send her stuff and try to get her to promote through offering her money to promote their items in her cooking videos, right? You with me? So these two brand creators, or these two content creators, they had millions of views, millions of followers, and they were talking about that there was a switch sometime around COVID days where brands used to seek them out, and now they're having to seek out brands. And for every few dozen emails they send trying to get these brand contracts, they might only hear back from 1 or 2 of them. So just like the job market, people are out here desperate for brands content. And they're reaching out to companies like never before, because usually the companies would be reaching out to them. They're reaching out to companies and they're not getting any answer or even emails back on offers for brands. So there's a whole hour special on this on YouTube. I'm sure if you look up why can't content creators get brands deals in 2025, you'll find the documentary that I watched. It's very interesting. The reason that I watched it was because I wanted to know why no brands, I've had a few brands reach out to me, not brands that I would ever represent. I know that I did cooking videos, but I'm not going to promote an unhealthy lifestyle. I refuse to be part of the problem and promote soda, potato chips, candy. Absolutely not. There are wonderful products out there that are low carb, healthy. You know, I showcase so many car life foods, you know, stuff that is easy on the go. I'm not going to promote unhealthy brands. And I never planned on taking brands content deals anyways. That wasn't part of my plan. But, you know, it's extremely hard to get brands deals, because the budgets are shrinking. And and another thing, in the documentary, it talks about how there's more creators coming to these platforms than ever before. And there's more creators and not enough brands, because so many brands and companies have went out of business in the past 5 years that we don't have new companies opening that have the budget to give out brands deals and money to for a shout out. There's more content creators than brands contracts. That's another thing they talk about in that documentary that's listed here on YouTube. So they have all of these people from TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. That's in their budget. All of those platforms would be in their budget. The budget is not specific to one platform. The budget is for all of the platforms. So if you have 100 people coming from YouTube, 100 people coming from Instagram, 100 people coming from TikTok, and your budget was only for X amount, there's not enough to go around. Do you see what I'm saying? And we have more people in content creation now than ever before. And no new companies that are trying to give brands deals. Sure, you got makeup companies, a few cooking companies, food brands. I don't know, clothing companies. Yeah, the brands deals are not what they used to be. Whoa, that was a huge split in. Half the hair, Jesus. Huge. We don't do redacted messages on this channel. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Oh, it's hot, y'all. I need to drink some water, but I don't want to have to run to the bathroom again. I done been to this bathroom over here like 4 times, and that's a huge no-no. That's how you get the cops called on you. Sitting around, I've been in the same parking spot for like 6 hours. And sitting around like this is exactly why the cops would take you to jail for living out of your car. And in the state of North Carolina, they can. It's illegal. It's a misdemeanor charge to sleep in your vehicle in the state of North Carolina. Also, Kentucky and a few other states have done the same thing. There was a girl that came to my channel like a year ago. She said that her and her mom were arrested in the middle of the night for sleeping in their car in Kentucky. I think she said one of them actually got away. They like ran from the cops. I don't advise, but I mean, it's crazy that they outlawed people sleeping in their cars in some states. But sitting around like this in a parking lot is exactly why the police would show up and have a problem with you being there, because I've been here all day. Part of living out of a car is you're going to have to be on the move. You're going to be moving every hour to every 3 hours. You can't sit anywhere longer than probably, I would recommend 90 minutes tops. So if you go to Walmart and you set for 90 minutes, you need to go a mile down the road, maybe set at a park for 90 minutes, then go a mile down the road and set at a different park for 90 minutes, then maybe go to a McDonald's across town and set for 90 minutes. That is going to be your life living out of a car or a van if you do not want to be harassed by cops and pestered by the community. The community will get pissed that you keep showing up and using the bathroom. Yes, they get mad at you using the bathroom. Then they get mad when you piss in a jug and throw it in a bush too. So I don't know where they're expecting you to go. I'm still trying to figure it out 2 years later. I choose to go to the bathroom now. So if they have a problem with me going and using the bathroom, they can kiss my ass. Call the cops, bitch. Call the po-po-ho. Call them. Call them. You know what I mean? I ain't got nothing to hide. I do nothing wrong. We crossed that bridge last year. We crossed that bridge last year. So police interaction has become a game for me. They harassed me. They like drove me insane. Now it's fun. Now I like playing with them. It's like a cat and mouse game. I'm the cat. They're the little mouse in my palm. Call the po-po-ho. See, that's the great thing about living right, is you can talk more smack because you can back it up, because you know you ain't doing nothing wrong and there's nothing they can do to you. Don't drink or drug. They can't do shit. No, I gave that shit up a decade ago. Half a decade ago. Come on, man. I know you're trying to get out, fam. Why are you flying here? He's like, where's the Taco Bell? Yeah, I know. I need to throw this stuff away, but I don't know where. I honestly am so hot, I don't feel like getting out of the car. I feel really weak. That's usually what happens. A combination of crappy food and the heat and stress. It'll take a toll. It'll take an absolute toll. Electrolytes. I really just want them to get this truck so that I can make my plan. I can't really plan anything until they take the truck. So I'm just playing a waiting game until they come get the damn truck. I don't want to abandon it and leave it somewhere because somebody will vandalize it. They already stabbed my truck tires out, remember? Hunted me down in 4 different states, remember? Had to file over 50 police reports in less than a year, remember? I do. I can't just leave it sitting because that could come back on me. And I am legally liable for it because it's in my name. I talked to them this morning. They told me they were going to give the tow truck driver the tow truck driver my number so that he could call me and let me know when he's going to pick it up. Well, you better call me for the 21st, honey, because if you ain't called me by the 21st, I'm going to be in fucking Florida and you're going to have to come get it. 100%. Mark my words. I ain't never ran from nobody, especially not the repo man. I've never even been through this. I've bought half a dozen cars, never had nothing repossessed. I've always been extremely responsible. It's not my fault. It's the damn economy. Y'all have sat here with me and done job interviews. Y'all have sat here with me and saw me fill out applications. Y'all have sat here with me and checked emails for 2 years. Stop with the gaslighting. People come here and they project because they're bums and they don't want to work. And people like me make them look bad because I'm trying. But for real, they better come get it before the 21st or my ass is going to be back in Florida when I get paid because I ain't sticking around and dealing with this shit. It's absolute torture in this state. Between the cops and the shit they've done to me, I don't want to be nowhere near here. But I have to be, so I came back to do the right thing. Came to all of this business. It's 100 degrees on my side of town. My armpits are sweating and the nape of my neck is wet now. The sweat's dripping down. I spend most every night trying to fight the damn gas prices. I thought gas was supposed to get cheaper. Why is it still sitting at almost $3? The lies. Drill, drill, drill. When we gonna start drilling? When we gonna start drilling? Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna relax in the heat and wait for the sun to go down and hope that I don't have to deal with any bullshit tonight because I'd really hate to have to kill somebody. I really don't want to ever have to harm anyone. It just sucks that I'm constantly put in this position to defend myself. And then people wonder why I have a criminal record. Look at all the people that are coming to me on YouTube. You think they ain't 10 times worse in public? Don't ever ask me why I'm a felon. Just take a look at the trolls and just know that I am not about that life. I met too many trolls in my life and I made poor decisions. And that's why I block them now. You know what I mean? That's why I block them now. Oh, thank you. Well, I'm going to go. I hope y'all have a good night. I'm sweaty and a hot mess, but I'll be all right. At least I ate something, you know. At least I ate something. Thank you, RT. Y'all be safe out there, and we will talk tomorrow. Y'all be safe. $170. Seriously. Florida, but still. Bye, y'all. Be safe.